A woman at the tire shop grabbed my arm and said, "Thank God. Did you remember to pick up Mia's inhaler? I don't have a Mia. I've never had a Mia." "I think you've got the wrong person," she laughed. "Ha, okay. Seriously, the pharmacy closes at 7. I've never been married. The most dependent thing in my life is a sourdough starter I've kept alive since February, and I'm honestly not confident about it. Ma'am, I'm not your husband. We've never met." Her smile stayed on but stopped meaning anything. Then she reached into the box of stuff I'd just pulled out of my trunk and started going through it like it was hers. I looked around for backup. There was a guy in the waiting area who caught my eye, looked at her, looked back at me, and shook his head like I was the problem. I picked up my box and walked toward the counter. She walked with me, perfectly in step. Ignoring me is not the move. We literally talked about this on Tuesday. I turned down the parts aisle. She turned. I stopped at the register, and she stopped and put her hand on the counter next to mine. The woman behind the counter smiled at us both and said, "You two want these on the same ticket?" "No," I said. "Yes," she said. I paid for 2 tires I did not need and a set of wiper blades for a Honda Odyssey, because apparently my spine is decorative. I got outside and started walking fast toward my car, keys already out, and she was right behind me talking about whether her mother had fed the kids dinner. Then I unlocked the driver's door of a 2014 Corolla with a dented quarter panel. She stopped. "That's not your car." I got in. She knocked on the glass, and against every instinct I own, I cracked the window 3 inches. Her hands were shaking now. She held up her phone. It was a photo of a man at a kitchen table with a kid on his shoulders. Same nose, same heavy eyebrows, same slightly crooked front tooth I've had since I was 9. "That's my husband," she said. "Who are you?" I didn't have an answer. She called him from the parking lot on speaker, and I stood there listening to a woman explain to her husband that she had just spent 20 minutes harassing a stranger who wore his face. He asked her to put me on. He asked for my number. I gave it to him because I have never wanted to know anything more badly in my life. We met 4 days later at a diner off Route 9. Walking in, I saw the back of his head and my leg stopped working for a second. We sat there 3 hours. Same birthday, same blood type. He'd been told he was an only child. So had I. I was adopted at 14 months through a private placement in Delaware. He wasn't adopted at all. He said, "You need to meet my parents." I said no about 4 times. I was on their porch that Sunday. His mother opened the door and the color went out of her face in one motion, like a curtain dropping. She grabbed the door frame. "Hi, Mom," he said from behind me. "Recognize him?" His father came into the hallway with a coffee cup and put it down on the side table so badly it went over. The living room had photographs on every wall, my face in all of them, at every age, and none of them were me. "Somebody talk," my twin said. His father sat down and put his hands over his face. His mother was crying before she said a word. "You had a heart defect," she told me. "Corktation. You needed a repair at 4 months and another one they said would come at 3 or 4 years. We were 24. Your father was driving a delivery route, so you kept the healthy one." It wasn't like that. It was exactly like that. His father said, "We thought you'd get care we couldn't give you. We thought about you every single day." I looked at the house. Granite counters. A framed photo of the 4 of them in Cabo. A boat key on a hook by the door. Looks like the money situation resolved. Nobody said anything. Then my brother stood up. "You had another son, and you never told me. I grew up alone in this house, and he was 40 minutes away." His mother reached for him, and he stepped back. "Don't call me for a while." We left together. He drove me back to my car, and neither of us talked for the first 10 minutes. Here's the part I didn't expect. About 6 weeks later, I called them. Not him, them. I'm 41, and I've spent my whole life with a blank where the medical history goes, and I wanted to hear the rest of it from the people who were there. We're not close. We may never be, but I have the surgeon's name now, and the year, and the hospital. My brother and I get breakfast every Sunday at that same diner off Route 9, 14 months running. He's a better version of me with a worse car.